Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Minds episode number 4. My name is Glen with the YouTube channel Hustler Hacks, and I just went over 18,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody that is subscribed to my channel. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast. I have the co-host with the most, Yong, with me right here.
With the most young. Oh my gosh, man! Hey, I didn't know you went over 18,000. That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that is awesome. But yeah, this is episode 4. You know, we do have some news that we want to share with you guys. I mean, we've been getting a lot of feedback from everyone, and first off, thank you so much for writing to us and letting us know how much you enjoy the podcast. And so Glenn and I talked today, and we decided to make this a weekly podcast now. So you guys,
yes,
you guys requested it. So this is going to be a weekly podcast. But yeah, man, how's it going, dude?
Good. Even better now with the weekly podcast news. Because really, we just want to help everybody out there that's in merch. I understand it's a new platform, and I just think that we can learn different things from everybody. Like if you're,
Absolutely.
Tiered at 500, 1,000, 2,000, I just think that everyone's doing different strategies, and with it being such, a new platform, we can learn a lot of things. So weekly show.
Yeah, a weekly show, and we said this in the past. We're by no means experts. We don't consider ourselves experts. We're learning just as you are, and we're just sharing our experience, our journey into merch with you guys. And we'll share whatever we can with you. Glenn and I do have design backgrounds, so anything that we can help you with, we'll definitely share. And try and guide you guys along with your business.
Exactly. And that was one of the things that we talked about today too, is that we want to do, we just have a lot of different topics that we want to cover when it comes to merch, and a lot of stuff that, revolves around graphic design that maybe people don't know about. Maybe we can try to educate people on fonts and typefaces, layouts, or programs and things like that. So we have a lot of different things that we want to get into. Today we have an awesome guest, Daniel, aka True North from YouTube.
True North from YouTube. Yeah, so we're going to introduce him here in a few minutes, man. But let's talk about your personal merch business, man. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I did see a huge jump in numbers. I was going to say jump in numbers because of Halloween. So I think a lot of the Halloween niche, I guess, t-shirts that I have on there, has started to sell and kind of gain some momentum. So that really helped me. I think I jumped about, one of the days was really, really good. I think it was like 40 something shirts sold on one day. I know it was really, really good. In the past, maybe like 2 weeks, I remember we talked about it. I did have like low numbers on 2 of the days. I think I had like sales of like 9, another one of like 12 or 13. And like I said, usually I'm around 25 to 30 range per day. So with the Halloween ones, it kind of started building up, and lately I've been around like 35, 38 per day in the last
that's crazy.
4 or 5 days. So that really did help me. And I guess for any advice for anybody else, I would definitely look into Thanksgiving, Christmas niche that's going to be coming up very, very soon. You want to jump on that stuff, so you can give it some time to kind of build up, 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get your those niches kind of built on Amazon. So you're not just at the last minute, like, hey, get these Halloween shirts up or Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, that's 35 to 40 shirts a day. I wish I had those numbers. I'm still at my 500 tier, and I'm selling shirts every day, but it's anywhere between 3 to 6 shirts a day.
Okay.
But not bad. I'm slowly growing. I'm designing every day. Even though I'm maxed out, I'm still designing because once I get to the next tier, I can just start uploading right away.
So you're at the 500 still, and have you been changing out designs or anything like that?
I did a handful. I changed out a handful, but most of them I'm just going to keep them there and just kind of wait it out and see how they do.
Okay.
Because I notice every now and then there's that one shirt that will sell even though it's never sold before. So I'm just going to wait it out. And then hopefully in the next month or so, I'll get to the next tier, which is 1,000, and I can start uploading some more shirts again.
Okay, and well, the good thing is that it has been consistent. I mean, you have been selling every single day, so
yeah, every day. I mean, like I said, one day it could be one shirt, but then the next day it could be 10 shirts, but on average it's somewhere between 3 to 6.
Yeah. And have you noticed like any of the shirts that are selling right now? I don't know, have they been there for a good while? Have they kind of grown because they've been there for so long, or maybe some of the newer ones that you just loaded? I don't know, a week or two ago?
A lot of the ones been some of the more recent designs that I've uploaded.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
Yeah, but like I said, I've noticed, some of the older designs, even though I haven't sold any, every now and then, if you just wait long enough, there's that one person that'll just come along and buy that shirt. So,
yeah, I think that's what makes like merch kind of random. Is that like, I mean, that happened to me too. I think I had a shirt on there, literally, I think like 5 to 6 months, no sales. Like, of course, being tiered up so much, I'm just gonna leave all these shirts on here and see what sells. This had been on there for a long time. I was like, you know what? No one's gonna buy this. Sure enough, like I think 2 or 3 days later, one sale.
wow.
It just happened to sell, and I don't know why, but someone found it and they bought it.
Wow.
Just really, really weird.
Yeah.
The way it works sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, hey, let's get into our guest. We have someone who's on merch. He's also on YouTube. Now, I think you guys met, you guys never met in person, but you guys knew each other beforehand, I think. Yes? No?
We did contact each other. We talked through Facebook, I think, when we first kind of talked a little bit about merch.
Okay.
So we were kind of talking about that for a little bit. I think it was within the first, maybe at least 6 months ago, maybe around there.
Okay. Well, yeah, so his name's Daniel. He's also known on YouTube as True North. Super cool guy. I'm going to introduce him. He can tell you more about his journey into merch, and hopefully he can educate us. If I can just get this mute button.
We need theme music or something.
I know we do, huh?
Yeah, kind of like how Stone Cold kind of comes in and like the glass shatters, and then he just like comes out. You're like, what? Daniel True North?
Okay, dude, I'm having a hard time unmuting him. This is crazy. And this is live, folks. This is live, okay? Daniel, are you there?
Hello.
Oh my gosh. That was wild.
Daniel is here.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me here with you guys, and maybe I can pick your brains.
No, we're gonna pick your brain, man. So yeah. So introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. I know we did a brief introduction of who you are, but let us know who you are. Where you live and such.
All right, my name is Daniel. I live in Toronto. I have a YouTube channel called True North, and I just basically started doing merch roughly a year ago and have been really fascinated and excited about this opportunity. And I have a graphic arts background like you guys, so I think that kind of gives us a little bit of an advantage in this platform. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very nice. How long have you been living in Canada?
I've been here. Basically, it'll be I grew up here when I was 5 years old. I moved around a lot. I had the opportunity to work on cruise ship, so I was gone and traveling the world for 5 years on cruise ships.
Wow!
And then I've been back here in Toronto for 2 years almost. And
Oh,
yeah, that's a
Mhm.
little bit. So I kind of feel like I'm still new to Toronto because I've been away for so long.
Yeah.
But I grew up here in a way too. So
Okay.
Okay.
I have a very serious question. Are you a Drake fan?
I could say, yeah.
I was gonna ask if you were a Raptors fan.
Raptors. Go Raptors. Right now, the Jays are the thing, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So cool, man. So cool. So Glenn, any
Yes,
questions
sir.
that you want to start off with?
Okay, let's start off with a couple of things. So True North right now, over 600 subscribers on YouTube, and you have a couple of videos that have done pretty well. One of them, 10 steps to be successful with merch by Amazon. You created this
Oh.
6 months ago, over 13,000 views.
Wow.
And yeah, it has 10 different steps on there. Do you think that, I mean, this was 6 months ago. Do you think a lot of these still work, would you say? Or do you think that the platform is like changing so much that you might even have to upgrade some of these?
It's hard to say. I honestly think a lot of these do work, but it's just me guessing. Like, and a lot of the times when I make these videos, this is like I totally say this is my opinion. This is what I think is happening. Because you know, it doesn't matter what anybody says. No one really knows the truth behind this whole merch by Amazon machine. I definitely think I would update a few things, but as for the core of it, I think it's okay. It's I think it has good advice, because like when I either get advice from other people, it's all about keywords. You need keywords, and I have designs that sell really well with zero keywords.
Yeah.
No keyword. There's no keyword. I just put a title and that's it. A brand and a title, simple title, simple brand, and I'm selling it. No keywords. So, okay. So maybe, like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's an ever-changing platform, and at the end of the day, what I always usually tell people is the design is the main thing. You have to focus your whole attention on the design and the quality of the design, and if it stands out from the crowd. Because if everybody has, keep calm, I'm a nurse or whatever. If there's hundreds of T-shirts like this, like you need to somehow stand out with all the designs, and maybe the keywords help. I don't know. I don't put too much effort in trying to figure out exactly the formula that works. I'm just trying to come up with designs and designs and designs and designs. And right now I think it's quantity. And then eventually I'll be like, okay, I think this is what's working. This formula is what's going to work. But, my main focus is design.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Just come up with cool designs.
Yeah.
I have a question. So since you live in Toronto, now, are your designs primarily Canadian-based or Canadian-themed?
No.
Because merch, they don't ship. They only ship within the U.S., right?
Yeah, and I think when it started, it was I think they were shipping to Canada. But I knew it was mostly a U.S., I guess, market. So most of my stuff is not even. I'm not really. It's not really U.S. themed. I wouldn't say I have too many things. I have like a few things like New York City design or San Francisco design and things like this. And I also do have a few Canadian themed designs which have sold, which surprisingly have sold, because I wasn't really sure if that was going to work, but it did.
Okay.
And
yeah.
And kind of going into that, I mean, you talk about on one of your videos, like design on niches that you know of or that you have interest in. So kind of leading into that, I mean, kind of you just talked about right now answering, Yong's question. What would you go or talk about a little bit more about niches and what you know?
What I mean about this is basically, like, I think it would be good if you do something you're knowledgeable about, right? So I guess you can have more information for you to inspire yourself on the designs. But I think it also really helps people if they're actually part of a Facebook group, if they have a Facebook page, if they have an Instagram account, where they could share and spread their T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Are part of a niche community. I think you should focus targeting towards that. So let's say I'll have an Italian background, right? I'll make all these themes, T-shirts about Italy, pizza, whatever, pasta,
Pizza.
and go into a Facebook group, Italians living in, I don't know, Texas, or Italians living in
Canada.
USA, Canada, Italians living in Canada. I go in there, yo, what's up, guys? Look, I made a design, yada, yada. And it's worked. It's worked for me. I go into the Latin community, Latinos living in America, go in there, yo, what's up, guys? I have a funny T-shirt, boom, and I sold a few.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
Right.
we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to get into that strategy.
I think it works. I
Okay.
think it works. Now, obviously, I've gone into groups where like they'll kick me off, right? They'll be like, "What the hell?" Boom, booted, right? I'm out. Like,
Oh my
I know,
gosh.
I understand. So I don't advise people either to go in there and just start spamming, like
Yeah.
like how I say, try to get involved in their community and not just be okay. I have T-shirts for sale. Come get them.
Yeah, and I think that's like super interesting though, because I mean I agree with it too. I think especially starting off, like when I started off with the 25, I was really only kind of designing things that I really liked at the moment, I guess, or things that I really have like a passion for. Like politics had never really been a thing for me, so I never really had like politics or that type of related shirts. And even now I still don't really have many of those. So I kind of felt like, I don't know, especially with the design stuff, that I really want to design something based off of this because I really like it. So maybe I felt like I had more energy towards that or something. So maybe that did help me with the first 25 instead of just, like you said, kind of going through like, keep calm, I'm a nurse type things, because I wasn't really into that. So maybe I just didn't have, a passion for that. So I don't know. I think it is kind of a good take though, especially for like the first couple of designs.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's definitely getting a bit harder though, especially if you're starting off. I think when,
Yeah.
like, if you were at the beginning, like, I wasn't really paying too much attention to this. I heard it from Chris Green that Amazon had this new program. I signed up, didn't have to get approved, nothing. It was just straight in. And I was like, all right, let me put some of my designs up. I put in designs, didn't think about it. I think I got an email saying, "Oh, you got $60 going forward into your bank account." I'm like, "What?" I go check in. I'm like, "What? All right, let's get working," because I was building a website trying to sell stuff and I wasn't making anything. And then I just load up some designs and I got some money going to my bank account. So then I put more effort into it, and then it just kept on going.
And so you obviously, so then you joined Merch right around the time that Glen joined. Glen, you joined what, last November?
Yeah, I think it's around November is when I joined.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think I pretty much was the same thing. The end of November, and then I think a week or two later, it got by invitation only. So I was really, really, really close.
you talk about perfect timing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it worked out really well. And like, with the first designs, there's no effort in trying to sell it. I just loaded it up and didn't think about it, and it worked. But
Mhm.
I think nowadays it's going to be a bit harder, and especially if you're doing a design that there's hundreds of versions of it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's hard to stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many shirts do you have then, and what tier are you at?
I actually got tiered up to 2,000 roughly a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have. So I have it right here. 683 designs up right now.
Wow.
And the last time I think I saw on your YouTube video, the last update you did, you were at 1,000. So you must have just recently tiered up then.
Yeah, roughly about a week ago. And to be honest, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like for me, it's it's great, but I'm like, shit, now I have to fill this whole thing up. Like, I have to get more work. Like, it's like,
Right.
oh my God. Like, honestly, I'm my strategy going forward might change, but I'm thinking of just doing 1,000 and then going back and making sure like these t-shirts are sellable, because I did come up with designs that is like no one's gonna buy it, right? So
Yeah.
I want to make sure like I don't just have hundreds of t-shirts that I know won't ever sell. So I'm not in a rush to make like hundreds of text only t-shirts when I know a lot of people are selling their stuff for like, like 3-4 cents profit. Like how am I gonna compete with that, right? When someone just has like text, and then I know these people want to tier up, which is great.
See, but that's something that Glenn and I discussed, I think, in the previous episode. I don't remember what episode it was, but I think people that price their shirts at $12.99, or even less, I think, in my opinion, it could also hurt them, because as a customer, if I see something like if I see the same shirt with the same slogan and the same caption, one's $12.99 and one's $19.99, me as a consumer, I want to go with the higher price one, because to me, if I see something like really low price, I want to think, well, what's wrong with that shirt? Is it cheap? Is it cheap fabric?
Something's wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, is it a knockoff? I mean, even though as content creators on merch, we both know that those are the same shirts with the same fabric. For a consumer who doesn't know,
they don't know.
They see the price difference, and I'm telling you what I would do. I would go with the more expensive shirt, thinking the other ones just poorly made.
And I think that's one of the things they talked about on the webinar too, is like when you have keyword stuffing with a $10.99 shirt, that also might, I don't know, give someone kind of like the weird thing, like, is this a knockoff or not? Because you see those shirts with like, 2,000 keyword stuffing words on there with the same, word in there over and over and over again. That also might think, maybe a customer might think that's like a knockoff shirt or something.
Yeah, well, especially when they put words that aren't even related to the t-shirts, and you're like, am I really gonna get the right t-shirt? Like,
yeah. So you don't do any keywords at all, or you do some?
No, I do. I don't want to say that I don't. But I definitely leave it to one phrase. I basically write phrases. Two phrases. So one on top.
How about a description? Are you writing descriptions?
I was, but once I get teared up, I just feel I don't know. I don't have the time, and I don't feel I haven't experienced I haven't experienced a side effect. Like, I haven't experienced that it's going worse because I'm not doing it. Like, just how I said, I have t-shirts where I have fully described things, keywords on point, everything's good, the design's good, and it sells well. And then I have a design that's okay, no keywords, no description, just a title, and it still sells pretty good. Yeah. So then it's like, okay, what is working? How I'm trying to figure out. But at the end of the day, I'm like, screw it. I'm not going to waste my time trying to measure what's going to be working, what's not going to be working. At the end of the day, I think the main focus would be come up with cool designs. So all this keyword thing, description, I'm just going to try to fill it out, but I'm not going to go crazy analyzing, before I was saying, find the keywords, use merchant words, yada, yada. I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'm going to make 2 phrases that describe the t-shirt, and that's it. And, at the end of the day, I think Amazon wants just the customer to have a great experience. So, I think if I can provide that with like 2 sentences, I think I'm okay. And that's what, and I think I'm going to also try to focus with Facebook page, Instagram. I think that does work.
Okay.
I think like with a description, it's optional anyway. So I think I kind of did the same thing too in the beginning. I was writing like different descriptions, and then I didn't notice a difference in sales at all when I wasn't writing those. And they do take some time if you want to get kind of creative with the descriptions, but it said it's optional, and like I said, I didn't really see a difference, just like Daniel said. So I don't know. I would just leave it blank.
Yeah.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I actually fill those out all the time. So,
Well, like
that's
what I've
just-
seen, what I've seen people do, what I think is good, is they in the description they would mention the brand and to check out the other T-shirts that they have, other T-shirts, which I think is a good idea. But I don't think most people read the full thing, right? I don't know.
True. Yeah, I don't think they do. They just look at the design.
Yeah, and the price, the design, and how fast it's going to get to their home, and that's all they really care about, right? And if they don't like it, they can send it back, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And a little bit. So we talked about what you're tiered up to. Let's talk about your numbers a little bit. The last update you gave everybody on YouTube, I think June, you had about $600. July, $833. I do my research on our guests.
Apparently, I know, man. What the heck?
In case you wanted to know this, Yong, I do extensive research on.
Because this is all news to me. I'm like, what the?
And August.
Even Daniel's like, those were my numbers?
Are those my numbers right now? Those are impressive. And August, over $1,200 for the month.
Daniel, my man.
I haven't seen September yet, but please fill us in.
September, I think it's going to be pretty much the same. It's not going to be a little bit more, but it's going to be pretty much the same. This month, it's kind of stagnant, so it's okay. So if this month is going the same way as it's going, it's going to be pretty much around that number, 1,200. So I'm hoping it's going to get better. But this month, it hasn't really been rising as previously. Just like Glenn said, my more popular T-shirts were Halloween themed as well. So I had like a cop uniform thing, and it went really well. Now I wouldn't advise people to start doing Halloween things right now. It could work.
Yeah,
people might want certain things, but yeah, like now I'm gonna be focusing on doing Christmas stuff for the next couple weeks, and then I'm gonna stop and then do something else.
And I think that's the cool thing about getting tiered up to, like, even if you're at 500, you have a lot of wiggle room to kind of play with to see what you want to do when these like holidays come around.
Yeah. And not just holidays. I mean, there's all kinds of obscure national days, man. Like, there's like the
National Hug Day.
Yeah, the National Drink Coffee Day or something. Some weird stuff that people, I'm sure, will snatch up if the design's good and it's something that you're passionate about. I'm sure that people will snatch it up.
And how do you feel about like making $1,200 in a month compared to this time last year when you made nothing on this platform because we didn't even know it existed?
Well, for me, this is like one of the best opportunities ever. Like, this is, for some people, have been life-changing, right? Like, I heard so many stories that like this platform has definitely changed their lives and outlook and of what is possible, right? So for me, this is just, it's amazing. Just have been talking with Yong before, like I'm actually thinking of focusing a lot more of my time to this, especially hearing all the success stories. Like Glen's numbers are amazing. If I can get anything near that, I'll be so ecstatic. I know Yong is so excited to, like, I heard your previous podcast, like it's such a healthy competitive thing, like it's, oh man, I'm gonna outdo
I'm
you.
gonna outdo him, man,
like,
I'm telling you.
And every time, like, I'm just chilling at home, I'll watch a video where I'll go on Facebook and then someone says, oh, I made this much money. I'm like, God damn it, all right, get the laptop and start working. Like, it's like when people are like outdoing me, I'm like, God, man, all right, what am I doing laying here doing nothing? I'm gonna get to work, right? So
Daniel's competing with people on YouTube. That's so funny.
No, it's just, it just motivates you, the possibility that's out there,
totally
right? Like, when you don't think, when you don't realize what's possible, sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
And then there's someone doing 3 times your, 4 times, 5 times your numbers. You're like, oh man, I'm not doing good at all. I better get to work, right? So
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. I mean, I'm slowly but surely getting there, man, and it's just one of those things where, I mean, again, I mean, you know, I, Glenn and I told this story a few times now. I mean, Glenn had told me about merch back in December, and man, I should have just jumped on the bandwagon then, because I mean, who knows where I'll be at this point, right? But unfortunately, I waited a few months, and then by the time I got in, you know, they had the whole restriction thing going, so that really slowed me back big time.
How long did you have to wait?
Well, so I know, like I said, Glenn told me in December, and I was on the road, and I think by the time I got home, if I recall correctly, I probably put in the application back end of January, maybe February, and I got approved in March.
Okay.
So, and then even though I was approved, they still had those other restrictions, right, where they weren't tearing people up, and you know, it was just a nightmare. So
They
that
couldn't get
really,
orders out
yeah, they
fast
could, you know.
enough.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, so that really held me back big time. But according to Amazon, they're pretty much all caught up now. So we'll see how much I can pump out in the next few weeks. I am maxed out at 500 though. So, but
So they're
but
just waiting
Daniel,
to tear up.
yeah, but Daniel, you and I were talking beforehand, and you actually have a website now for your shirts, or at least for some of your shirts.
Yes, I have like basically my designs, right? So
Tell us about it.
not necessarily my merch shirts, but the designs. So I basically built a website, an apparel website, and it's on Shopify. So I'm not necessarily just focusing on t-shirts. I'm right now focusing on sweaters, hoodies. I can get hats and all these things. My target audience is the Toronto people, I guess, and Canadians. So most of the designs are geared towards that. And it's not connected to Merch by Amazon, so I don't really. Hopefully,
No, that's okay.
I can in the future. Hopefully, in the future, somehow start shipping these t-shirts to Canada. I can somehow integrate it. I'm trying to figure out if this is possible, but
Yeah.
at this moment, yeah, Shopify store, and which I started. I had a couple of sales, and you know, my first sale came from a Facebook group. I believe. I can't be 100% sure, but I believe it did, because the moment I started advertising on this Facebook group, Toronto something apparel exchange, I forgot what it was, but it's the Facebook group for Torontonians. I shared my design, a photo I took of someone wearing it was a hoodie, and then the next day someone bought, not the hoodie, but bought a sweater. The good thing about Shopify, it could tell you where the person came from, and it said it came from Facebook. So I didn't do no ads. I didn't do any other sharing on Facebook besides that group. So I totally believe that I got that customer sharing my design on that Facebook group, and that's why I would recommend people to share the designs on groups, on Facebook groups, or any other way they can. Like if a YouTube channel would be amazing, like to do with your t-shirts, right? If you can target a specific audience and just have yourself wearing your t-shirts, doing some kind of activity, I think it's a great way to market it. And if merch starts selling t-shirts to Canada, I'll definitely jump on that, making make a YouTube channel just with my t-shirts on, and then buy it here.
Yeah, exactly.
But at this moment, it's still pretty much a learning process.
Yeah. I think that's a learning process for all of us. And that's something that I wanted to do at some point, was to have a website selling my designs. But unfortunately, and maybe I'm wrong, but from my understanding, I don't think Amazon, or even merch, to be exact, I don't think it integrates well with a Shopify website. Again, I could be wrong, so if any of you listeners even know about that, please let us know. But until they get that figured out, if you do want to sell your merch by Amazon shirts, you have to upload this design somewhere else, from my understanding. Somewhere like what's the one that you use, Daniel?
I use Printful to do
that's right. Yeah, Printful.
The apparel.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not 100% sure, but I think Shopify or someone will figure out, because there are apps where you could get products from Alibaba, AliExpress, I think, and get it into your shop, and even Amazon getting into shop. The thing with merch is it's different, right? It's not something. It's a bit of a different little beast that they have.
Yeah. I don't know.
And what was that? Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Glenn.
Oh, and talking about, I guess, like posting on social media and doing all that. You also had a couple of videos where you're talking about using hashtags, like on Instagram. You use like Webster to try to figure out like what are the hot, hashtags right now, or at least the hashtags that you can use for your certain niche or something like that. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, all this is I'm learning. I go on YouTube and I try to learn as much as possible about marketing, and not just marketing T-shirts, but marketing in general, right? And what I heard is a lot of people do like, in a way, shop on Instagram. I think Instagram even came up with an app that you could actually buy on Instagram now. I think though, I saw something recently where actually someone else, I think it's even integrated with Shopify, where like you'll get the picture and they'll say buy now or something like this, and then you press the button and they'll forward it to their shop. So I think it does work, just because I've seen I have basically one niche that I have on my Facebook page and an Instagram account and a Pinterest account, and that's those are the T-shirts that are selling pretty well, and I think it's because I'm promoting them as much as I can, right? So I think I am seeing results. The problem is I can't see if it's actually true, right? I can't tell Amazon, so are you getting the traffic from my Facebook page, or are you getting the traffic from my Instagram account? Is it from Pinterest? Like, it's not like when you have your own website where you actually know where the traffic is coming from.
Yeah.
So me, it's just, I'm just guessing, right? But my guesses are coming up with results. So
educated guesses.
Yeah. So, like, why am I going to stop if it's, I think it's working, right? Like, I can't guarantee.
I don't know. I find social media marketing so weird. So it's just strange, because there's a couple of shirts that damn nearly went viral, like on Instagram, right? I mean, I have like over 100 likes, and to this day, I'm getting, likes every day, but no one's bought a single shirt. Yeah. And then there's other shirts on Instagram. I'll have like maybe 5 likes, but it's like one of my best sellers. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And you haven't spent any money like on advertising or anything like that, or have you?
I did. I did once. Once I did, and I am planning. So I did an ad. It was for my niche or surrounded by on Valentine's Day. Actually, I did two ads. One was on Valentine's Day, and it went well. Now, I can't guarantee it's because of the ad, but the T-shirt I was promoting in that ad was the one that was selling that week.
And this was on Facebook?
So I was like, okay, I think it works, right? And then I did another ad where I did St. Patrick's Day, but that didn't go well at all. But at the end of the day, I only spent like $15 maybe for both ads. So it's not like I'm risking that much money, and I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to use Facebook, the ads platform, for my Shopify store. And if somehow I could figure it out, and because it's just like any other tool, like it's not just picking it up and throwing it and it's going to work. No, there's things like you have to figure out. It's very complex in a way. You can make it very complex. And if you know how to use it really well, like I think it could give you great results. But it's not something just super easy where you can just put up an ad. No, I think there's a lot more involved in it. But I think it could definitely give you great results if you actually really know how to use it really, really well.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like trial and error and trying to figure that out, because I think everyone's going to be different the way they approach it. So, and what about your like organic sales? How are those doing?
They're great, but just how I mentioned before, almost every single design I come up with, I at least put it on Pinterest. So I can't really say everything's organic, because in some way it's out there. Somehow, some way I try to push it out there. But like there are t-shirts that I'm surprised they're selling, and some of them are really, really good sellers, and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't expect this. But what really helps me a lot is reviews. If I get a 5-star review, I can have the same t-shirt that everyone else has, or a version of it, and I'll have it a bit higher price, and I think I'm the one getting the sale.
Okay,
because of the review. And then I would have a t-shirt that I was selling really well, and then someone puts a 1-star, and that's it. That t-shirt's not gonna sell anymore, and I don't see it selling anymore.
So are you asking for reviews? Or
No.
Okay. So these are just random reviews that customers just leave if they're just satisfied. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, one review, someone put a picture of themselves wearing it,
nice.
and that just made it. It was great. It just made the whole thing amazing. Like,
okay, damn it. You know what? I'm gonna send both of you guys a shirt. I want you guys to wear it and then leave a review.
I actually had someone also take a picture too, and it was pretty cool just to see someone wearing my design, because I was like, what? I don't know, it just looked cool, and then they gave it 5 stars too. But it was cool that people leaving pictures of them wearing it.
And then you can share it. You can definitely share that. If you have something like that you have a 5-star review, you have a few reviews, push it out there. Then then if someone sees it, 5 stars. Oh, nice. Boom. There'll be more incentive for someone buying it, right? Because they know it's been purchased before, and if they have a picture on it, oh my God, like they'll see exactly how it's gonna look. So like if you have reviews and they're positive, like I would just put of 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and just start, sharing it as much as you can.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. No, that's good. So what would you like to see, Daniel, as far as improvements on merch?
I'm pretty content, and like I hear a lot of people, they get frustrated with things, but I can't really see anything negative about it. The only thing I want Merch by Amazon to do is to start shipping to Canada. That's all I want.
Okay, but
that's all you want.
That's all I want.
That's all you want.
He's
a simple guy.
He's a simple man.
My t-shirt. I designed these t-shirts, sweating, and I can't even get them.
But I mean, do you want them to offer more apparel, like maybe hoodies and?
Oh yeah, especially here in Canada, man. We'll be doing really well with hoodies, toques, beanies, anything they can throw it at us. It'll be, I think, there's more options, the better. I think they know what will be better if a hoodie or a mug would be better for them. But I think if that, I was really hoping that would be rolled out sooner than later.
I think it's just a matter of time before they do that. Did you take that survey that they sent out about a month ago?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I pretty much said what I just told you guys. I just said, please start delivering to Canada. Please ship to Canada. That's all I really want. And then it's like, click. Yeah, I want hoodies. Yeah, I want. I forgot what they asked for.
That's all.
Amazon's like reviewing all of them, and they're like, man, but some guy just really wants them to ship to Canada.
Man, this one guy in Toronto, man.
He just really, really wants them. We're really gonna have to get this out now.
Yeah, I can't buy any of these T-shirts.
And what's cool thing is that very, very simple, thing that he wants done. But on the forums and even on Facebook groups, you see a lot of complaining about like just different things about, merch right now. And I don't know, I just think that it just depends on how you look at it. I think it's like a one in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh yeah.
That people can just make money, and there's not really a need to like complain about a free service that you can make money on. I just think that if you're putting in the work and you really want to make the money you want to make, you're going to try to do anything you can to, watch videos or learn how to use the programs, or maybe it is keywords or marketing or something like that, because you want to make it work. And I don't think Amazon owes anybody anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. They can close it up and be like, okay, we're sick and tired of this. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna complain about?
I mean,
exactly.
We really
then they'll be complaining. They'll be like, oh my God, what did we do?
Yeah, no, we really need to be grateful for this opportunity. We really do.
Yeah.
And thanks to Chris Green as well. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
The only thing I kind of like. I get a little bit frustrated with the brand name. Let's say I come up with a brand name, I have all these bunch of T-shirts, and then I get someone else that just loads up their T-shirts on the brand name. Now, obviously, I don't have no right to own that brand. I didn't register it. There's no way I have ownership of that, right? So what am I going to do? I get, oh, man. Oh, well. What are you gonna do? Like, and then some people, they stole my brand. You didn't register your brand, and just because it says funny shirts, that's no brand. Like, like anybody could have funny T-shirt brand. Like, I could go on that, and what are you gonna do? Nothing. Come up with some weird brand name, and then you can be like, how did you come up with that? You shouldn't be using that.
No, I think some people are just getting frustrated. I mean, just to kind of give you an example, what happened to me was I last year during the NBA playoffs, I had made a Golden State Warriors T-shirt, and it was my design, something that I came up with. But some guy or someone, I don't know, came in pixel for pixel, copied my exact design, even just copied the description word for word, and just undercut me by like $3. And I was bummed out. I was frustrated. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's like you said. I was like, whatever. You know what? I got more shirts that I need to design and pump out. So whatever. Besides, the playoffs was almost over anyway. So, but it was just funny that they just copied exactly what I did. I mean, even the description, word for word. And I was like, at least change the description. My gosh.
And then I heard some people actually reporting Amazon and saying that, let's say this person copies your design, and then they reported it saying that you copy them.
See, I think...
And that's like, how do you figure this out?
Yeah, I've heard that too, but I think... and maybe you guys can tell me as well. I think there's a way you can go into your dashboard and get the upload date, saying no, I uploaded this shirt on such on this date, match it with the other person's and see who uploaded it first. I think there's a way you can retrieve that.
And this is the reason I also share a lot of my T-shirts on social media, because if anything like this happens, and be like, oh, you just infringement, you're copying, but what do you mean? Like, it's on my website. What do you mean? It's on my Facebook page. What do you mean? Like it's way before this guy did it. Like, I have some evidence. I don't know if it will work or not, but at least I have something I can go to and be like, look at my board on Pinterest. It's right there. I loaded it up 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
What is this guy talking about?
Yeah. That's a good point for sure.
Wow.
And let's see, I wanted to talk also about, you talked about how you want to build up merch, you're pumped, you're excited, and you also talked about quitting your job, which...
Oh, yeah, you didn't mention that.
A lot of people are even thinking about quitting like eBay and FBA just to do merch. There's a lot of people hyped up on merch right now that they're like, what should I even do right now? Just focus on merch, or try to do it like a little bit of FBA, a little bit of eBay, or still work my full-time job I think there's just like too much opportunity now that everyone's like, oh man, what do I do? So what are you doing, and what do you plan to do, I should say?
What I plan to do could change or not, but I do want to focus a lot of my attention to merch. I just think it's a great opportunity, and it's something, like I really enjoy doing it. I have a background with graphic design, so it kind of almost comes natural to me. So it's not like I have to put too much effort on, like, oh, what am I gonna design now? Like I'm pretty comfortable with it. I'm pretty comfortable using Illustrator and Photoshop. It's not something I also have to learn. So I think this is definitely an advantage for me, where I'm familiar with this. It's something I can do. I've also, way back in the day, I actually worked in a silk screen printing T-shirt company. So I was doing the old school way, making and nice. And like I enjoyed it. It was a job I really liked, and so this is kind of like, it just came back to my life, and it's like giving me way more opportunity, and just listening to you guys and listening to other people and seeing how this has been changing their lives. It's making me change my life, right? I'm leaving my job, trying to focus more on these things. This whole e-commerce thing is pretty new to me. It's been just learning this whole past year. So FBA, eBay, this is all new for me. This past year, I've been learning all these things. This is how I came up with Merch by Amazon. I heard about the opportunity. I jumped on board. I see success, and I want to focus more time on this. I have my backup plan, but hopefully I will be concentrating most of my time on merch. And I also do want to build the YouTube channel that I have. I'm enjoying it. And this is something I never even thought about doing. Never came across my mind coming up with a YouTube channel. And, I'm actually starting to enjoy it. And then be like, oh, maybe I could do this. I've heard people make a good income from this. This is a possibility. Why not do it? And it ended up me integrating both, right? Because when I started the YouTube channel, I was talking about my Canadian perspective of Amazon and eBay. And then this Merch by Amazon thing came on board. And that's where I got all the subscribers, because that's what they're interested in. And that one video that's been pretty successful in my channel, it's the merch thing. And that's what people want. I started doing videos about other things and be like, are you doing merch? How's your merch thing going? And I'm like, okay, well, I guess these, and it's like, listen to the audience. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start focusing a bit more on merch and doing more merch videos, because that's what my audience wants, right? Because if I don't do that, I'm going to lose them. So what am I going to do?
Yeah. People always ask me why I don't do more YouTube videos, and it's just because, I don't know. I think I've seen like maybe one or two of your videos, Daniel, but most people, they like to edit videos and stuff, and that can be very time consuming. I prefer the podcast because, Glenn, as you know, there's minimal editing involved, right? This is when the podcast starts. This is when the podcast ends. There's some light editing in between. It takes me maybe like 15 minutes at the most, really. So I really prefer.
You don't have to worry about the lighting.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about how your hair looks.
Exactly. And right now, guys, for the listeners, I'm butt naked right now. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, you don't want that visual, especially if you're driving right now. Please do not.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. But that's awesome. But just a few more questions. I know you're 3 hours ahead of me, and it's getting late there. But you mentioned that your wife is doing merch.
Yeah, we got her account approved maybe 4 months ago, but I haven't really. She has a graphic arts background. Like she used to paint. So fine arts, I think it is, right? So she does like that, but she's not so into it as I am. But once I was in and I saw that I was making money, I was like, okay, you're gonna get your own account. So we waited, I guess, those 3 months or so. And, and a funny thing, and I believe I made a post about this or made a video. One of the first designs I made for her, because I made it, it sold the next day 3. And then
3 shirts?
3 shirts the next day. Gosh. I loaded it up, went to bed. The next day, three sold. And it was like for $19.99. And someone anybody could sell a T-shirt if they're gonna sell it for $10.99. And like, and I'm like, and sometimes I get, why am I sharing my things? Like why, why do I even bother to share when people are just gonna try to look at the negative thing about, like, oh yeah, well, if you're gonna price it for $10.99, it's obviously gonna sell. But they didn't even know how much I was pricing it at.
Wow.
And it was $19.99. Like,
Okay, so then who keeps the royalty? Because you obviously designed the shirt, but it's her account.
It goes to her account. So her bank account. So
nice.
It's okay.
That's all right, man.
No, she comes up with the ideas too. So.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
It's like a merch team.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's great that you guys are both doing it, man. I think, especially since both of you also have a design background, it'll come easy for you guys. But Glenn, do you have any more questions?
I don't have any other questions, but I wanted to review his 10 steps to be successful. To close out.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right.
I haven't even watched that video yet, but
okay,
I will tonight.
Okay, so. Now, to close out the interview, we have Daniel, aka True North's 10 steps to be successful with merch by Amazon. Number 1, he says, get started, which is pretty much just applying to. I'm pretty sure your number 1 question that you get is, when am I going to get approved?
Yeah.
Or how can I be approved?
How will I get approved? What?
Yeah.
Who knows?
How should I fill out my banking information?
Oh my gosh.
I live in this country. It's not on the list. How am I gonna get? I don't know.
I don't live there. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't do research for you. I don't
Please send me your bank account information, and we can definitely find that out for you.
I don't even remember.
Oh yeah,
how I did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just filled it out. Boom, done. I didn't even think about it.
Number 2, you said get a niche or niche, the way you want to call it, but which we kind of talked about earlier. So find something that you are interested in, maybe a little bit more knowledgeable.
And it has worked for me, right?
Yep. You also
and for you guys, it has worked as well, right? Correct. You guys have a particular area you're targeting, or is it more broad and just trying different things?
Well, for me, when I first started, my strategy was not make shirts in a particular niche that I'm interested in, but my strategy was make shirts on trending topics, things that are currently trending, because that's what people were talking about, right? And so I would utilize that, and then I got tiered, and then once I got tiered, I had more room to play with. Then I would design shirts that I was interested in.
Yeah, and your next one kind of goes into researching and stuff on Google Trends.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, researching what's trending, right?
Yeah.
And hop on those. Like Christmas is gonna come up. You should have a few Christmas T-shirts and see if it works out for you. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be going crazy with that. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I will have.
Yeah.
Now I have 2,000 designs. I can come up with. So I have over 1,000 available slots. I'll definitely try to fill as much as I can. But I'm as an artist, I'll definitely get bored of doing Christmas T-shirts all the time.
Absolutely.
So, I'm gonna do as much as I get fed up with, and then I'm gonna do something else.
500 Santa shirts on the way. Might get a little old after a while. Your next one, get social. So you're talking about posting on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all of those things to kind of get your designs out there.
Yeah. Now I heard this from someone, but I don't know how true it is. But I heard that Amazon likes when they're getting outside traffic, and that they see if something is getting traffic from outside, so it's not organic, but it's from another source, they'll actually try to push it up in the algorithm. I don't know how true that is. But
it's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
So for me, when I heard that, I was like, awesome.
Okay.
Let's keep.
Yeah, I think I have heard
promoting.
something like that too. Yeah, exactly. I've heard that too, and that might work. I mean, I think it's definitely worth a shot. I mean, you're getting your shirts out there, so it can only benefit you, really. Your next one, you had protect your designs. So what do you mean a little bit more about that?
Well, what I said in the video is that you can kind of put your name on the file, but I don't know if that's going to work, to be honest. Now, I don't know if it's actually traceable, if it's actually going to end up being. So you can, I think it's a meta tag. So you can meta tag and put your name and stuff like this, and saying, so the file would essentially have your name and you put your copyright, put your name or your brand name, say this is yours.
Okay.
I don't know how if it's actually really going to work.
Yeah, I think one way you can even probably add on to that, maybe down the road, is kind of what you talked about here, was that just showing your evidence, pretty much, that you promoted your design on Pinterest or whatever on a certain date, and you're the owner of that shirt. You promoted it here, 3-4 months ago. So in case someone else does try to copy you, at least you have that.
So like leave a footprint, right? Leave something of a footprint that can be traced to you. Because if you have no connection to you, then trying to say this is yours. Okay, where's your evidence?
I thought when you said protect your design that you're gonna stand over your computer with a baseball bat.
Oh, maybe I should.
Yeah, protect. Make sure no one's around there.
My next videos, I'll have a baseball bat and be like, look at these designs. If I see you with these designs.
You little.
The next one, you talk about optimize your listings, and we talked about that a little bit before. You're keeping it simple, just a couple of keywords. You're not going crazy. You're not stuffing. You're not talking about stuff that isn't related to the shirt. So optimizing your listings. You want to talk a little bit about that and keeping your titles and keywords simple?
Yeah, just how I said before, like I'll just keep it to 2 phrases. Usually my first phrase will kind of repeat the title somewhat, and then just say if it's available for men, women, blah, blah, blah. The next phrase, I try to make it funny somehow if I can. If it's not a funny t-shirt, then I'll just somehow relate it to what the t-shirt is about in a way. And if I sometimes I just don't do it. Honestly, don't do it. I haven't seen any backlash of not doing the keywords, so I don't know. I don't know if it's worth putting a lot of time into that.
Yeah, still
researching, going. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go too crazy about it, but definitely gonna fill it out. 2 phrases. That's it. On to the next design.
Okay, very nice. Next one, pricing strategy.
Well, Yong said that as well, right? If you see a T-shirt that's like $11 and then you have your $18.99, you can maybe say, oh, well then this one's probably not good at all. It's gonna get ripped up, and I wash it twice. It's all the ink's gonna disappear. I'm just gonna get this $18.99 T-shirt. It's probably good. So that's what I kind of explained in this pricing strategy. Like, try to make your T-shirt a little more expensive to the eye because it might be a better quality.
Yeah, and definitely what you're talking about also, I mean, doesn't have to do with price, but you did say how make your design better than the other ones to really stand out.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important, especially if you're like in that pool with other people that have the exact same type of idea, but at least you're like, that design really catches somebody's eye. They're going to go for something like that.
Yeah. And there are a lot of designs that I don't think are really good designs, but they sell really well. I don't know how to explain that, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe people just they like having ugly sweaters for Christmas. Maybe they like having ugly T-shirts, right? Like maybe it's for I don't know.
Yeah,
And then
who
I'm like,
knows?
why is this T-shirt selling so well? And it's like, I don't know.
The next one you had promoting, and you did talk a little bit about advertising and a little bit about that of what you did try for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. We did talk about social media, and your last one, expand on other platforms, which you also talked about how you're on Shopify and trying to expand to other things right now.
Yeah. So I think the main thing to take from this is you've done a lot of work. Well, hopefully you have 25, 50, 100, 200 designs. You could try to use this to go somewhere else, to another platform, right? Whether it's your own website. I heard a lot of people doing really well with Redbubble, Teespring. Why not? Like, if you have the time, especially if you're young and you don't have a job, or or you're retired and you have nothing to do, and you actually learn how to use these platforms, spread it around. See where it's going to grow, right? It's like a plant, right? You plant the seeds as many places as you can, and if it starts growing, well, take care of it, water it a bit more. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean as expand, not necessarily your own website, but just see where you can put your image on and be able to sell it.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. Very nice.
That was very educational. Wow, thank you so much, Daniel. Before we go, Daniel, how can people find you on YouTube? Your email, and tell us your Shopify store if you want to share that with us.
Well, most of the information is all on my YouTube channel, so if you can go to my YouTube, True North. Hopefully you can find it. If not, just type in merch by Amazon, and I'm sure I'm somewhere in there. So that's the best way to find me. I don't want emails. So if you want comments or anything, just leave it in the comment section. I always try to respond in that way. And that's the best way to contact me. I'm pretty, easygoing. I enjoy helping people. I definitely want to see a lot of people successful. So, cool. If you want to contact me, go ahead, go on YouTube, put in a comment, or if somehow you can find my email me. But if you do a comment, I'll definitely respond.
For those of you guys that don't know, the guy is so passionate. Every time he talks, he's slamming his fist down on the ground. I mean, he's pissed off.
He wants to make sure you guys understand what's exactly going on with this merch thing.
Exactly.
No, I'm just pretty excited.
He's definitely passionate. I mean, obviously, you guys can't see him like me and Glenn can, but he's throughout the whole interview, he's very animated, very passionate, smiling. So. I mean, this truly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and if you're not doing merch by Amazon, my gosh, you're missing out. But just to close out, I do have some announcements. One of the feedbacks that we've gotten is my personal audio is bad. Yes, I do know that, and that's because of the room that I'm in. I'm on a desktop computer, which isn't obviously mobile. If you guys heard my last episode, my laptop got stolen, so I don't have a laptop at the moment. But once I get a new laptop, I'll be in the other room where it doesn't echo as much. Also, we've gotten a lot of emails with great compliments. Thank you so much. But if you guys can just go to iTunes and leave those comments there, you'll be doing me and Glenn a huge favor. And only email us if you have questions. But if you have comments, feedbacks, or anything that can make this podcast better for you guys, please leave those comments and reviews on iTunes.
Yeah, you sound way better today, Yong. I must admit, you sound way better today. And I think last time I think you were in a cave or something like that. Like
it's this particular room that I'm in. It just
it was crazy echo.
Echoed.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were in a cave, like chiseling merch shirts. or something, or
Oh my gosh, I'm in a workshop here. So,
no, you sound good.
cool.
Though.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
but
please
that's
leave us
yeah.
us some comments on iTunes if you can. And that definitely helps us grow that part of it. We just added also on SoundCloud, so you can also go there and follow us there. And we're gonna try to get all of the episodes on there too. So we're on the fourth one. We're trying to get the third and fourth one on there. So you have different ways to listen to the podcast. So.
Mm-hmm. And guys, thank you so much for being patient with us. Because again, this is the first time that Glenn and I are doing the podcast, so we're learning how to do the podcast as well as we go along. So just be patient. We promise the quality will get better.
Yeah, definitely. We're rookies right now, so.
Exactly. But thanks again, Daniel. Last words?
No, thank you guys for having me here with you guys, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Great opportunity right here, and I hope Yong, you get up there and you start beating Hustler Hacks's record.
Yeah, man.
Soon, and you'll be showing me the digits, and then Glenn's gonna be like, oh no.
Yeah.
I gotta start working.
Yeah, a little friendly competition doesn't hurt. But okay, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.